Look at that incredible piece of wood. And look at the color of that. That is totally incredible, folks. Beautiful. Not to mention this. That is one incredible piece of wood, folks. Not to mention that monster knot and branch that I just cut. So I'm done. I'm done here. What I'm gonna do. Welcome to the Outdoor Wilderness Wildlife Adventures, and I'm your host, Hiker Lou. And here I am back at the same huge fallen pine tree to harvest some more of these incredible knots. And look at the size of the first one I'm going to be cutting into. That is one huge knot, folks. And there's a second one, and that is one very large piece of wood. And I'm sure there's fatwood in that piece. And I have one straight down to the left on the bottom. And I have a couple there. I'll show you, give it a close up. Here we are, folks. That's part of the knot, and that is the branch. And I have one right there also, and one right there. So I'm gonna harvest about 3 or 4, maybe 5 knots today. And we're gonna start on this end right here first, folks. That's gonna be the first one. And I have a huge one over here too. I just want to show this to you also, folks. Look at that knot. That is one incredible knot. Okay, folks, I'm going to set the camera up, and we're going to get this ball rolling. Stay with me. Welcome back, folks, to the Outdoor Wilderness Wildlife Adventures, and I'm your host, Hiker Lou. Look at this incredible knot with this long branch sticking out of it. This is huge, folks. This is a really huge piece of wood. And you can see it that it's decomposing all around. You can see that, folks. So what I'm going to do, folks, I'm going to cut as low as I can get to this. So stay with me, folks. And here I have before me a huge knot with a branch sticking out of it. This is an incredible sized branch, not to mention this one right behind me, which I will also attempt to cut into the knot itself and see what this branch has. Okay, here we go, folks. This is going to be it right here. This is one solid piece of wood, folks. And just by the color of this mire dust, it's an amber type of mire dust. That's to show you the saturation of pine resin that's in this wood. Wow, this is amazing, folks. This is absolutely amazing. Look at that. Wow. Look at the size of it. It's like 2 foot long. It has to be at least 2 foot long. Look at that, folks. Not to mention, show you on this camera also. And look at that. That is one amazing piece of fatwood. And this is the first one. Well, this is the second one. Before I got to this location, I was going past a huge, another dead fallen pine tree, and I saw this incredible knot and branch sticking out and going into the ground. So that was the first piece I cut, and I'll show that to you toward when I'm finishing. And I'm going to probably clean some of this up before I head out and make my tracks home. So there we are, folks. Look at that beautiful piece of fatwood. Look at the size of it. That is incredible. Okay, I'm going to see what this has. I'm really, truly anxious to see what this huge piece is going to bring forth. Look at that, folks. Look how beautiful that piece is right there. Look at that. Wow, that's amazing. That is an amazing piece of wood. Folks, what I'm going to do, I'm going to clean some of the rock from around here. You can see that whole thing, all of this, exposing the knot. This is one incredible piece of wood, folks, if you can see that. That's totally an incredible piece of wood. So what I want to do, I'm going to want to probably start on this side and get the camera focused right here. I think we're going to focus that right there. That's a good shot right there. That's what I need to do. Get this camera set up right here. Okay, here we go. Okay, folks, here we are. Now this is one huge piece of wood. And I'm going to have to definitely cut this in sections, and I may not be able to carry it all out with me today, but certainly I'm going to try. I believe I'm going to cut about right here. This is huge for such a small budget saw, but I'm trusting that this saw is going to cut through this. Okay, about right here. Here we go. Here we go. And just the weight of this branch going sideways is going to give me leverage, because once I start cutting into it, it's going to start leaning and opening up that gap that I'm cutting. There it is. Oh God, here it is, folks. Wow. You can see that. It's about to open up. There it is. Oh my goodness. Folks, this is one monster. Look at that. Look at the size of that. Look at my hand. Give you an idea how wide that is. Look at the size of that wood. Wow. That is a monster piece. There we are, folks. Look at that. That's it. Wow, that was an incredible cut, folks. Look at that. One more time. Is that an incredible piece of wood or what? That's it. I'll be right back. Stay with me. So as you can see, this is all corroded. This is the knot, and this is part of the tree that's still decomposing down into the core. There's plenty of wood here, folks. You can see that. The way it's just ripping up. Look at that. And this is the core right here. This is a knot, and that's solid right here. It goes into it. I can't cut this far, but I'm going to cut, I would say, right about here. That's fair to say. Let me see what I can peel off of here. That's solid wood. That's fat wood. Definitely for sure, folks. Okay. Here we go. So I'm going to cut it right here. All right, folks. Here we are. Another cut. Wow, look at that. This small piece. Look at that. How beautiful that little knot is. Not with an old piece of branch sticking out of it. Here we are. And here we are too. And to the other camera. Look at that. Look how beautiful that is, folks. That is one magnificent sight to behold. Old knots. Okay. This is it. That's it, folks. There you are. And look at this. That's where it came from. Look at that incredible piece of wood. And look at the color of that. That is totally incredible, folks. Beautiful. Not to mention this. That is one incredible piece of wood, folks. Not to mention that monster knot and branch that I just cut. So I'm done. I'm done here. What I'm going to do, my makeshift table that I have set up on this huge fallen dead pine tree, I'm going to cut that huge one into quarters and see what's worth taking. If I can't get it all, I'm just going to leave it on the side until I come back to make my next recording and harvest some more of these incredible knots. Stay with me, folks. Okay, folks, I already went ahead and began cutting into this huge monster knot and branch. Wow, look at that. Now is that a big piece? Bigger than the whole lens. Look at that. Look at that. Wow. That's a piece that came off the tree. This is the side that came off the tree. This is my first cut away from the cut that came off the tree. Look at that. Wow, that's amazing, folks. This right here is about 10 pounds. Look at that. That is one incredible piece of wood, folks. That took a lot of cutting. I could feel while I'm cutting this. Part of this wood is rotted. So that's another sign. Well, just break it right here. And I was right. This part, not so saturated with that wood, just like I thought. So that's going to be less for me to carry out of here. Yep. Wow, folks, this is completely saturated from one end where I cut to the middle. That's about almost 12 inches, and look at that. Look at that saturation of fatwood, folks. There it is. I cut this piece almost 12 inches away. You still got some. I knew just by the weight of this, piece of wood, I knew it was saturated. And this is both parts, both ends of that cut, and look at that. Look at that, that's fatwood. Solid wood, folks. And I also have this monster. Also, here's another monster. Look at that. Look at that, folks. Look at that. That's a monster. Look at that. Look at the size of it. And I guess I'm gonna, it's cracked. I can hear some hollowness in this. And I have that small one also, folks. A beautiful small knot and branch. Not to mention the one I'm about to cut. Wow. This is seriously a blessed harvest. A fatwood harvest, folks. Doesn't get any better than this. Wow. Okay, I'm going to cut right about here. See what we got. Here we go. Forget about cutting the rest of it. Wow, that's it right there where I cut. Look on this side, and then look on that side. That's doable. I'll take this with me. Okay, that's it, folks. Wow, this is incredible. This is truly incredible, folks. What I want to do, I don't think I want to do it. I think I'm going to just keep that monster just the way it is. Probably cut down a little bit on this one. Let's just keep moving along. That's not too hard. And look at the concentrations toward the end. Look at that. Look how dark that is right here. That's serious fatwood right there, folks. And you can see that right on the top, coming across right there. Serious pieces of fatwood. Nice, beautiful, beautiful pieces of fatwood. Look at that, folks. How rich that is. Look at that. Okay, folks. I want to show you. But one knot. Look at that. Look at that incredible fatwood, folks. Look how beautiful that fatwood is. This is just a one knot. And you just saw me cut that knot up. Take this knife out. Look at that. How beautiful that fatwood is, folks. Okay, folks, here we are. Welcome back. This is Scouting Fatwood Stump Adventures, Volume 22, Part 1, and a partial process. I processed just one knot right there. Look at that. Look how beautiful that wood is, folks. Look at that concentrations of pine sap, that resin that's in this wood. Not to mention that. Look at the size of that. That's coming home with me. Not to mention that piece of wood also. Wow. This is one incredible harvest, folks. And now I'm going to make my tracks out of the woods and get back to the cutting table so we can process some of this wood, folks. This is as good as it gets. This so far is by far is one of my best harvests as far as size. Like this knot. Look at the size of that. And not to mention this one here, folks. Look how long that is. That's a little too much weight for me to carry, so I'm going to have to put this someplace where that I could remember to come back and get it. Just a little too much for me to carry out of here, folks. So that's today's harvest, folks. And this is Scouting Fatwood Stump Adventures, Volume 22, Part 1. And this episode is called Discovering the Power of Fatwood. And indeed, folks, discovering the power of these knots. That's incredible. One last look at this magnificent tree before we go. And we're going to come right past my harvest. And that's what's waiting for me when I come back next time. Those are knots sticking out that you see. And a few of them on the side that you can't see right now from this angle. But when I come back, I promise you, like I always say, this is as good as it gets. It's going to be even better. Not sure about this one right here, folks. I think this is as good as it really gets. Okay, folks, this is Hikaloo with the Outdoor Wilderness Wildlife Adventures. I'll see you at the cutting table.